Hello everyone, Pallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. I think a lot of our longtime viewers can tell when I'm not feeling particularly well. I try to hide it as best as I can, but last episode I was not only feeling like but I was playing like it too. And we almost lost everything right here at the very end of Act 2. It's been like 3 or 4 days since I've recorded that, and I've been beating myself up every single day since then. I gotta get back on the horse, and we gotta prove that getting to Act 3 was not a fluke in this honor mode run. Oh, Starion's HP as I turned it back on. I knew it was gonna be scary. So, thank you for joining me again. I have some interesting things to point out to you that I've never seen before. First of all, I've never seen Isabel involved in this fight in any way. And when she died, she had a Mind Flayer parasite specimen inside her brain. I don't know if she always has this. I kind of assumed that when she was brought back to Moonrise Towers, they gave her one of these, just like they did Will's dad over there in that cutscene. But I've never seen any of her loot before, so this is the Moon Devotion Robe. While the wearer has mage armor, each successful saving throw will cause the source of the saving throw to take 1 to 4 radiant damage. Kind of similar to what we already have with our helmet on Shadowheart. When they miss an attack, they take that same amount of radiant damage. Also has Produce Flame and Lunar Bulwark. Bathe yourself in shielding magic of Selune's Watchful Gaze. Lasts until long rest, so I'm gonna loot that, and we could just cast that at the beginning of the day and see what it does. Spear +1, as well as Janel's Gloves. When the wearer becomes blinded, paralyzed, or poisoned, they automatically cast Lesser Restoration on themselves to remove the effect, presumably. Well, we're gonna send this straight to Dungen. We know that no one is allowed to touch Dungen's feasts. Now, what I find weird is I looted this Mind Flayer tadpole from the cat, but I guess it was already dead, so that's why I can't use it. I've just been keeping it in my bag. As you can see, our brain is almost completely filled with worms, and this is the only one that actually does anything for me right now. Really looking forward to unlocking this outer ring, and we're going to be doing that pretty soon. So, normally, going into Act 3 is pretty scary. But we already cleared the road. Like, the road to Baldur's Gate is free to go. I'm very interested to see... Please don't die. I'm very interested to see what the night song says when we move through this portal, and that's why I wanted to make a point to start this episode right here. Because in every other playthrough we've done, whether it be my own or with friends, Isabel has always lived, and she is the soulmate of the night song. At least that's how it's always been portrayed. Will she be here? I don't really have a lot of friends here, do I? Minthara literally walks over and sits on the throne of Ketheric, and she's not even listed in my party right now. Is this where she could choose to go down a different path? Because I gotta be honest, it's gonna piss me off if she leaves. I'm going to talk to her in a second. Let's see what Dame Aelin wants. This is the night song.
Ketheric is dead. Balthazar is dead. Isabel, sweet Isabel is no more. But we live.
What's going on with your eyes? They look all pixely. You going through some shit? You thinking about it?
Even I, immortal, have no guarantee of days to come. We must remain vigilant and grateful. I will join your camp tonight. There we will discuss the spirals of time, past and future, and we will make merry in the present, wherein we reside.
Wow. So she does seem at least like she understands that her life has to continue. I mean, that's good, I guess. I have a few questions. No. We'll let her mourn. Don't be rude, Dungen. Don't be rude.
You certainly will.
Goodbye, Night Song.
And you, Sharon. Cleric of the Lady of Loss, who is so much more than she appears. You and Dame Aelin have dangerous ground to tread.
What?
We will cover some small part of it soon.
What?
Whatever you think you know about me had better be worth it. You've already cost me dearly.
Holy crap. Oh, before I talk to Minthara, I bet I can steal all this shit that was over here that I couldn't steal before! Yes, we have more food!
We should not linger here. The cult's army is on the march.
She's the one who keeps saying we shouldn't linger here, yet she's the one being a thrown potato right now.
I will never tire of sitting on dead men's thrones.
Is that a red flag? Oh, wow. Ketheric was a dead man long before we arrived. I'm actually not going to say that. It suits you, Minthara. You look good up there. You have a certain glow about you. It's probably because you put light on your weapon.
Power always has. But I shall not get too comfortable here. We must be free if we are to rule. And to be free, we must destroy this cult. And Ketheric's co-conspirators along with it. I know one of them all too well. Baal's bloodletter, Orin.
Orin the Red.
I thought her to be speaking for the Absolute. I worshipped that woman.
Did you? Oh, this is exciting. My shower thought this morning as I was getting ready to record for today is, you know how when, in our first playthrough, as we played as Zen the Dark Urge, Gortash welcomed us in as a friend to his, whatever's going on in his throne room. I won't spoil it. Well, I was kind of wondering if we can just lean into maybe aiding him and see what happens with Orin the Red if that happens. I just thought that kind of might be fun for this playthrough, and it looks like Minthara has a grudge with Orin that I had no idea about. So it's personal. Good, let's take her down. An old flame. Dungen, are you getting jealous?
Jealous? You needn't be.
I even
When
called
Orin
that.
is in my hands, her agony will nourish me. She is the Iblis who indoctrinated me with the Absolute's lies.
What do you remember of your indoctrination?
When I first visited Moonrise, I stood before the Absolute in awe. It was more of an idea than an entity. Pure love.
Love?
Total power.
I get that part.
Orin was by my side. She told me that God had chosen me to be a true soul. Blessed and adored.
When in reality, they just put a worm in your
I
brain.
know that those memories are lies. There was no God. Orin held me down in a cocoon of flesh, while a mind flayer forced a parasite into my brain.
Ugh.
And she laughed at my fear. I will find her. I will murder her. And I will smile.
Is it just me, or does the wizard hat slightly obscuring her eyes while she was recounting all of that just set a mood, dude? Once she's dead, the cult will need new leadership. Perhaps we can take her place. And the true plan of Dungen is shown for the first time.
It is as if you read my mind. Perhaps you did. In killing Ketheric, we fractured the cult's leadership. When we break the other chosen and claim their netherstones, we can take control.
I am with you. And I didn't know that Minthara was going to be on the same page with me. I thought this was going to take some convincing to each of our party members. Did you see what happened when I agreed? Everyone approved. Everyone agreed with Dungen. I'm with you, Minthara.
I expected you would be.
Oh,
But
shit!
know
That's a disapprove right there.
What I propose is nigh on impossible. But if anyone can succeed, it is us. We have the prism, and we have the courage to slay gods.
Yeah, we
We
do.
may fail, but we must try. The power of the enslaved Elder Brain could reshape the world. We could reshape the world. And then we will need no gods. We will be their equal.
We will be absolute.
We have a purpose and a bond. By my oath, I will fight with you while that purpose holds.
We just got a
One thing
paladin's
about
oath.
You that troubles me, though. Something I need you to explain.
You already
When we
oathed to
killed
me.
The tieflings of the grove. I was not in control of my actions. You do not have that excuse. So I ask you, why? Why kill them?
Shit. Well, it was for content, Minthara. I don't see that as one of our options here. I was hoping to earn your trust so I can learn more about the tadpoles. I asked myself that question, and I don't have an answer. To watch them suffer, I need no other reason from that. Whoa! Well, number 3 is the truth. Number 3 is the truth. Doesn't matter they were nobody is a really dick thing to say. To impress you, I do kind of think she would like that. I'm going to be honest. I was hoping to earn your trust so like I could learn more about the tadpoles.
A wise ploy, and it was successful to an extent. We did not find a cure, but we found our purpose. I am satisfied. Now,
I passed the test,
I
dude.
am ready to leave
I passed
this
the test.
damned place whenever you give the word. The city awaits.
I was, she rejoined the party. Oh my God. Let me know down in the comments. Was it actually a possibility that Minthara walked right there? I think it was, right? If I gave her the wrong answer? Man, girls are so complicated, dude. Shadowheart would have left the party earlier. God, could you imagine if both of them left? Just me and the fucking vampire?
The shadows yet fester. The dead three united under cover of darkness. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do illithids possess souls?
Ooh, that is an interesting question now. I admit I've never thought about it, man.
Thou shalt think about it now, and I shall give the answer. Mind flayers are soulless. Yet, the three amass an illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services.
Thank you, Withers. Withers, I think you're my only friend that's not in our party. Why are you here, Withers?
Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally cold.
Oh, okay. Well, that seems fair. Isn't there more you could tell me, though?
No.
Don't make me use my brain powers against you. Why do you know so much about the Dead Three, Withers?
Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness, Baal, Lord of Murder, Merkel, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished as
His
one.
arm looks like a Slim Jim.
Three. The alliance is reforged, mortal. The plains thus quake, and the gods shudder.
All right. Thanks, Withers. Can I go back to camp right now without anything terrible happening? Normally, we just walk right out of the act. But with our current health situation, I feel like that's probably not the best thing. Nightsong said she was going to come back to our base, and indeed she did. Do you think it's going to be a cutscene at night? That's kind of the direction I'm leaning. Oh, she does want to talk. I guess I was wrong.
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past, being chased by wolves. I told no one about that. Almost no one. But I certainly didn't share that with you.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shah's...
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees.
True.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others. Someplace distant. Let me help you remember.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed.
She wants me to see it? Well, all right, let me in.
Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere.
Whoa. That person seems very trustworthy. Wait, it was a druid? Wait. Who do you think that was?
You remember that it is a common rite among Zaluna's followers to send their children off into the woods to find their way home. Perhaps this time it had gone awry. It seems that one child never came back. She was taken.
What? Who was that man?
Guys, I think I know who the man was.
Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
Yeah.
My father. That was him.
That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too.
No. It can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman, one who knows what must be done.
My parents. I need to save them.
I'll help. Dungen will help.
Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet forearmed.
The Spear of Night. I thought that was cast into the Shadowfell.
I was able to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Saluna has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
A debt repaid. So we don't owe you anything, right?
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
I just keep thinking about the Wizard Tower, you know what I'm saying? Without saying too much, you know what I'm saying? I just keep thinking about the Wizard Tower, man. Salune's Blessing. You gain advantage on wisdom saving throws and perception checks. You gain dark vision up to 40 feet. Weapon enchantment +3. It has Moonbeam, which I don't think deals... It does deal radiant damage. Call down a beam of light that damages any creature that enters the beam or starts their turn in the light. You can use an action to move the beam 60 feet. That actually sounds so fun with our build. I wasn't planning on using this weapon, especially for very long. There's another weapon at the very start of Act 3 that we can use, basically right as you walk in at the first teleport once you get into the city. However, if I can cast this on our enemies to get all of our radiant orbs on them, then theoretically I don't even have to be close to them. That's kind of fun. I don't know if it's better than the sunbeam that was already on the weapon, but certainly interesting. We have seen some of Shadowheart's story one time before in our co-op playthrough with Holly, but I guess I don't remember much of that interaction. That was really, really cool. Where's Minthara?
It does not surprise me that Shadowheart's faith was based on a lie. Deception is the sum of Shah's design.
And your faith was based off of a lie. You must be glad Ketheric's dead.
I take no pleasure in his passing. Whatever faults he may have had, Ketheric was a great leader.
Oh. You respected him, huh?
Of course. He ruled Moonrise for centuries. That in itself deserves respect.
That's true.
I believe he was an honorable man, but the gods used him as their plaything. First, Shah and her sister, then the three behind the Absolute. I sympathize.
In your situation, I could see that. Do you think he could have been redeemed? Wow, that's an interesting question.
A meaningless question. If he had killed us and conquered the Sword Coast, I would envy him. As it is, he lost, and I pity him.
Very cut and dry.
But I will never forgive him for handing me to Orin. For that, I hope Merkel hollows out his bones and lets them be dust.
When did you first encounter the cult of the Absolute, Minthara?
A true soul came to my city preaching a message of togetherness, accompanied by 2 novices. Menzoberranzan is not fertile ground for such messages. I killed them and hanged their bodies in my garden.
Oh, what lovely decorations. Oh my god, look at that.
I would have picked prettier corpses if my intentions had been aesthetic. This was a warning against heresy. I was not content with the warning, though. I intended to wage war on their insolent god and the rest of its followers. Even as the flesh sagged and sloughed away from their eyeless skulls, their audacity infuriated me. I had to know where they came from. And whoever sent them was counting on my curiosity overcoming my caution.
You followed their path back to Moonrise. No, this is a better question. Do you know who sent them? Because we could still get revenge.
Indeed. A man you know all too well.
Oh, okay.
General Ketheric Thorm.
No more revenge then.
The dead cough up their secrets just as well as the living. All it took was a simple act of necromancy, and the corpses told me where I needed to strike.
Speak with dead.
Moonrise Towers.
Given how we met, it's safe to say you failed. Dungen! Dungen, we like Minthara! You waged war against Moonrise all by yourself.
No. I was prepared for combat, but I intended to strike subtly. As it turned out, to my shame, I was defeated without even drawing my weapon. I came to Moonrise with a retinue of warriors and assassins, the best House Bainray had to offer. I expected a battle, but found a fully laden feast table and a welcome befitting a house matron.
Interesting.
Ketheric expected us, expected me, and I fell for his flattery.
Pride can be a great weakness. Understandable. He gave you the welcome that you felt deserved. I know if I show up at someone's front door and they have food for me, we're best friends already, dude.
Perhaps I deserved what came after the welcome as well. Ketheric proposed an alliance between Moonrise and Menza Baranzan. I admit I was captivated by him. He invited me to the head of his table as his guest of honor. I was wary, of course. If I had been in his position, the food would have been poisoned. It was not the food I should have been wary of,
but the man himself.
The pale woman at the foot of the table.
Oh.
Orin the Red. We had barely begun to eat when she spoke for the first time. I only caught one word, my name. Then, quick as lightning, she climbed onto the table, a dagger in each hand, and skipped toward me.
Oh.
Slicing the throats out of my men as she passed.
That 100% sounds like Orin the Red. That must have been fucked, dude. That must have been fucked!
Few things frighten me. Orin is one of them. Ketheric held me still. His hand on my shoulder, the grip tight enough to crack the bone. When Orin stood before me, she touched the dagger to my eye, drawing out a tear of blood.
God, she's scary.
I want this one, she said. Ketheric nodded his permission, and I was taken below. You've seen the horrors of the colony. Orin kept me there for days. She forced me to watch as my men were processed. Some for food, others as thralls. And then she placed the tadpole in my eye herself.
Oh my God. I feel like I want to console her. I'm not going to. The plan is to get your revenge.
That is certain. You know the rest as well as I do. There were massacres before the Grove. Religious communities mostly. Those who refused to convert. Then there was you, and now there is freedom. Soon there will be vengeance.
Oh, Minthara. The plot thickens. I also have a plan for when we actually get to Baldur's Gate. I only think it's going to be like one sentence of unique dialogue, but I've always encountered Orin the Red on the walk-in, and I think I'm just going to go invisible this time. Cruise right by everything and walk right up to the castle. See what happens. I don't know if that'll work or not. I mean, we'll find out. That's the plan anyway. Anything spicy going on at night, it looks like our elves are meditating. Ugh. But nothing attacked us. My party didn't attack each other. It looks like Shadowheart has some new dialogue, though. What is it?
I've been lied to. My whole life. And I was gullible enough to just believe it. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shar denied to me.
Dare I suggest Shar may have had her reasons? No! You've been forced to live a lie! At least the truth is starting to reveal itself.
Indeed. But the truth may yet prove painful. Who knows what Shar still keeps from me? We'd better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to.
What's that?
You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me.
I want to talk about what happened with Lae'zel. I don't want to talk about it. That's still too soon. I know this was a very dialogue-heavy episode, but it was a lot of interesting dialogue that we have not seen in our other playthroughs. Next episode, we're going to be starting Act 3, and it kicks off with a bit of a bang. I hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much for watching. Next episode's going to be Wednesday. That's a promise. I was almost not going to say that it was a promise, but now it is. Goodbye.